So we stand in front of Dollar Tree and basically,
such as this thing here.
All right, I'm excited to have a guest.
Metal right here, of course, everyone is.
Cuba is like they're under a dictator.
All right, we are live for the Monday edition of the People's Talk Show. And apart from the somewhat breaking news, looks like a lot of people happens to be paying attention to what's going on with SBF. And how coincidental is it the night before he was set to testify, if he really was, he gets arrested or detained or whatever is going on. So I have some thoughts I want to share about that and how timely that is on top of the Twitter files and everything else in between. But we'll chime in on that, and curious to hear what else is on your radar. Of course, CPI figures tomorrow, Fed funds rate hike 72 hours from now. So just so much stuff going on. But what better time to divert people's attention off of, I guess, the criminality taking place in DC in of itself with Fauci and Gensler. So, but anyway, hope everyone is doing well. Happy Monday to everybody. Looking forward to connecting as always. Never a dull day in this chaotic world we're living in. But anyway, before I move forward, welcome to the live stream. If we have any first-time viewers, let me know where you're watching from. Would love to acknowledge your presence as well as welcome you to the show. And so, yeah, I got a couple of things here. Just trying to put all the pieces of the puzzle together to make sense of things or try to filter through the noise. And always, as I always say, expect more diversions and distractions. Just because, like always, we'll never probably really see any type of true justice whatsoever in this criminal cabal circuit, whether it be in DC, in New York, on Wall Street. You never know. But it just no coincidences whatsoever, man. But I have a lot of thoughts I want to share. And let me see, I had 3 or 4 different articles on the monetary system, if I can get to those. But I think this SBF will do a good job of diverting our attention off of some other things. So I'll try to get to those as well. All right, so let me acknowledge a couple people as well as let me see here. Hopefully more people are notified. If you don't mind, hit that thumbs up button. Hopefully that alerts more people. And we'll see where this live stream takes us this evening. All right, we got Jay checking in. We got Broker, Mr. Ed. We got Den Z. What else we have here? Let me just keep going. A lot of back and forth there. Mr. Barlight Broker, Miss Love checking in. Rolf checking in as well. We have Charles checking in as well. Cool in, if I'm not saying it correctly. No photo proof of SBF arrest. 100%. Other than just being a statement out of the Royal Police of Bahamas. That's all we actually see. So, want more reason to be to doubt. Will Smith checking in. DC Precise. Dr. Moda. Funky Blow. If I'm not saying that correctly. Lloyd. Hope everyone's doing well, man. It's just more than enough subjects to keep us occupied out there. So feel free to throw out some subjects or whatnot in the chat. And then when the phone lines open up, we'd love to hear from you guys directly. But as I was thinking and going through some headlines, it's been over a month now, if I'm not mistaken, since the FTX blow up pretty much put a sour taste in a lot of people's mouth in reference to the whole crypto space, and a lot of fear and concerns of a contagion continuing to spill over into the crypto space, which eventually could leak its way over into the legacy system at some point. Who knows? But the fact that it's been several weeks now and there's been no response, no immediate action by the Department of Justice, FBI, or anybody until today, from what we're told. And as the person mentioned, no physical or visible proof that he was actually in handcuffs. So more than likely, they probably knocked on his door and said, Mr. Sam, can you please walk with us? And we just go down to the station and we'll put you in the, in the coffee room and release a statement saying that we arrested you. But anyway, so I've seen so many thoughts on Twitter back and forth with people saying Jeffrey Epstein, he didn't do it. So there's so much stuff out here, man. But anyway, so some headlines. I want to share just some Twitter posts that caught my attention, and then also talk about how convenient it is that outside of him, allegedly supposed to testify, And I'm seeing articles out here that's saying that he did not really officially accept the invitations or him being requested to appear before, whether it was the Banking and Finance Committee, whether it was the Urban Banking, whatever. Apparently his lawyers didn't receive the subpoena, so he wasn't set to testify. Then looks like today is an article saying that due to the paparazzi, he wouldn't be there physically, but he would do a video conference. And so basically he wasn't really even attempting to. And I wonder why. And so it looks like by him being scooped up or supposedly scooped up off the streets and detained for whatever, why now, a lot of people are probably fearing that he was probably going to, rat out some people and probably say more than they want him to say. And I mean, the people who are a part of this whole political crypto cover up that's underway right now. And so I would assume that he was taken off the streets and not able to testify because of the probability of him being grilled tomorrow, whether it be virtually or in-house, and spilling the beans on some things. But we'll get to that. So I hope everyone's doing well. Let me stop ranting, get right to some headlines here, and then open the phone lines. We'll definitely love to hear from you guys directly. And lots of things unfolding, man, on top of, the Federal Reserve stuff, CPI, I figure, I mean, that's, I don't expect much. I mean, it's, we already kind of know what's going to happen. It's going to be lower than the 7.1 or not 7.1 or 7.7. And they're going to give us 50 basis point hike. So we know that. Now, how do the markets respond? More than likely the markets the next day are probably being, just how stuff tends to go these days. But anyway, let me just get to some headlines here. Stop ranting. So bear with me, my good people. All right. So here we have just a headline. FTX founder Sam Bankman-Fried arrested in the Bahamas on U.S. criminal charges. And so I've seen different headlines sharing information, but it was sealed indictments that apparently is supposed to be released or opened up tomorrow for whatever reasons. And so it says, follow receipt of formal notification from the United States that it has filed criminal charges against Bankman-Fried and will most likely seek to extradite him back to the States. And so a member of the inner circle of the power at FTX confirmed a chat group called Wire Fraud. Okay, so it could be a lot of potential charges against him. But once again, I would assume that he will probably never actually get a chance to go before any judicial body to tell his story, just because he has too much to say because of who else is connected to this inner crypto crime circuit. And so let's get to here goes some tweets that caught my attention. And I think it's very interesting how a lot of people have pretty much the overall consensus as to how suspicious this was the day that he was supposed to give his alleged, thoughts or experience on what happened all together. But real quick here, this is from Lee Zeldin. And so let me just give you a little background. Lee Zeldin is the probably represents the New York 1st Congressional District, member of the House of Financial Services and Foreign Affairs Committee. So this is something he put out today. It says tomorrow. And so this was as of about 2 hours ago. Tomorrow, Sam Bankman-Fried was scheduled to testify in front of the House Financial Services Committee, or the GOP, and they were ready to grill him 6 ways to Sunday. Now breaking tonight, SBF was just arrested with the little, question mark I. Why not allow him to first testify tomorrow and answer our many questions? And so so basically to me, it just exposes how this alleged arrest the day before he's set to testify in front of the Republican House would let me know that some people are more than likely trying to protect their rear ends from being exposed, just because either Sam Bankman-Fried was more than likely going to snitch or rat out some people or say something he wasn't supposed to say, or two, they just don't trust him no more and they rather just have him in their possession. They meaning, so whoever, at the very top echelon of this whole craziness, that's who. But just very interesting to hear from a person who was set to speak to him tomorrow. Another headline here. It's just some thoughts from Twitter that caught my attention. And so this is from Andy Martin. I just thought this was interesting. It says SBF was supposed to testify before the House Financial Committee tomorrow, whether either he or Republicans would have revealed that the SBF gave millions to Democratic candidates, including Waters, the chair in 2022 election. Convinced me that the Department of Justice arrest was unrelated. So yeah, a lot of people very skeptical on why. So here's another guy here. I thought this was interesting. It says, my bet is he's going to flip on everyone. The real Tether story, the money laundering, all of it. Sam ain't going to do well in jail, and he knows it. The fact that all crypto is a joke Ponzi will be clear to all, and crypto ecosystem is out of cash. So just a lot of people, questioning this all of a sudden arrest. And then also outside of this alleged arrest, I gotta say alleged just because I've had to see pictures of him in handcuffs, but this alleged arrest, okay, isn't it very interesting how on top of this is just on the crypto space, there's a lot of people who've been crying forever about having something done because it's been swept under the radar. And then you had today information coming out saying that Binance was going to be looked at or prosecuted or under investigation or something like that by the Department of Justice, and they were going to do some things with CZ. So that's one of the things that was circulating out there out of the blue. No clear-cut sources of that information, but it was circulating heavily amongst the crypto space. So a lot of people were saying, watch out for Binance. Binance is going down. So isn't it interesting how that information came out on something related to Binance? Apparently there was some, a while ago. And then Binance or CZ, their CEO, is the primary person who exposed all the fraudulent activity to do with FTX and SBF. And so just those rumors themselves of Binance being insolvent and all the things they're having on the back end with the audits and stuff like that being questionable. But how interesting they were trying to go after Binance. So right now, there's some people, and this is just my opinion, let me know what you think. There's some deliberate attacks by who knows who's behind all of this, that's deliberately trying to shake out and really hurt the crypto industry in and of itself. And so if FTX was a oops moment that was done by Binance, CZ, outside player, it looks like they're trying to get back at him, but also causing that same panic and fear as to whether or not Binance will be liquid and that they're not running some stuff that's fraudulent behind the scenes as well. So it's like you snitched on us, so now we're going to come after you type of thing. And to take it even further, there's a lot of things being exposed right now. And once again, it's all just information until something is done with it. And it has to be with Twitter and those Twitter files, version 5 or something like that. And the most recent information that I'm seeing happens to be about Fauci. And so there's a lot of talk now about Fauci lied. And of course, we got Rand Paul out there as well, attempting to continue to grill hard on Fauci, but he's still walking the streets. Nothing is done there. And so between Fauci and then also we have the same people as a part of the House GOP committee, they're also questioning Gensler. And so Gensler, of course, is all intermingled in this whole crypto contagion stuff, just because he's deliberately placed in that position as the chair person that's responsible for, I guess, supposedly handling that side of the whole industry at some point in the future. And with his performance, because they know that he's a part of the problem. So between Fauci and Gensler getting all this backlash on the other side, I think this whole Sam Bankman fraudster stuff, him being arrested or supposedly arrested the day before he was sent to testify, is intentional to take some pressure off of those guys as well, and to give the mainstream media and the crypto space something to talk about. So starting tomorrow, SBF is going to be over every airways, and nothing will really come from it ultimately, but it's just very convenient, it seems, that this is being positioned on a Monday night. But anyway, okay, a couple more articles here, and then I'll just get so here's something that outside of SBF hogging up all the attention. This is a tweet that I'll get to the article. And so this is bombshell exclusive from Thomas and Fox News. Biden's SEC chairman, Gary Gensler, deleted key details of meetings with George Soros and Hillary Clinton and Nancy Pelosi from the public version of his calendar. And so that is pretty concerning. And so let me see here. Here's more information on, let me see, I got my articles backwards here. But also, SEC Gary Gensler must testify before Congress, says Representative Tom Emmer. So Gary Gensler is popping up now more than I think the DC would want him, his name mentioned in this type of light. And so no reason why, to bring something to distract people's attention. And then also, as I mentioned before, with the Fauci situation, I think Elon Musk tweet, and I think one of his tweets I saw something about, it was one of the most retweeted or one of the most liked. Here, go here. And so this all has to do with Elon Musk's tweet yesterday about, he says, my pronouns are prosecute and then Fauci. And of course, beyond the fact he's probably the most followed on Twitter and the owner, he gets more attention than the average tweet, but it has 1.2 million likes. And then he followed up to somebody's comment by saying something like, somebody said he was bad for Twitter, whatever. He says, I strongly disagree. He says, as for Fauci, he lied to Congress and funded gang of function research that killed millions of people. Not awesome, in my opinion. So once again, that was retweeted 121,000 times, liked 675,000 times. So that shines a lot of negative light on Fauci as well as on Gensler. And I think that's a no-no. That's something that they don't want to happen, just because you can't continue to have all this negative publicity shined on these supposedly trusted members of the government, whether it be Fauci or Gensler, even though Fauci stepped down or whatever he is, without there being some type of issues to come in the future. So here we have SBF in handcuffs, supposedly, but who knows? Anyway, so yeah, I got a couple articles here, but I'm sure everybody has opinions on what's going on. Once again, I don't expect nothing of it. I just think it's all distractions and diversion tactics, but it's interesting how being put in front of our face, which is F. Then on the back end, what we won't hear much about is Gensler and Fauci and how they're dead smack in the middle of all this criminality happening in DC. It's like, how can you not pay attention to that good stuff like that? But anyway, lots of things going on. So let's just get to the phone lines, man. Let me open up the phone lines. I'm curious to get your thoughts. And I also have a couple more things here about the economy, but we'll see what things lay. But before I do that, I want to make sure I give those who might be new to the community a chance to, of course, get your weight up as well as get your preps up. And I want to continue to make sure I encourage people my end, according to what I have done myself, which is to take advantage of the weight opportunity as well as the food and energy. So I'm going to share with you this information here, and then we'll jump into the phone lines, have your questions and thoughts ready, and we'll talk it out. Stay right there. Here's a great opportunity for you to get your weight up. Let's face it, our purchasing power and our currency has been destroyed in real time. That's why I'm excited to tell you about my partnership with Bullion Max. Bullion Max will ship gold and silver directly to your door for you to hold at your home or in your own safe. To help you get started, I worked out a special offer with them. Get Bullion Max Silver Starter Kit at employee pricing. Just go to bullionmax.com/RTD. This kit includes 5 of the most desirable silver products to invest in, including the American Silver Eagle and the Silver Australian Kangaroo. This offer is limited to 1 per household while supplies last, so get yours today and take advantage of this opportunity to get your weight up. Do you have backup power for emergencies? The power grid here in the U.S. is outdated, and at least 2/3 of the grid is 25 years older or more. That's why having your own solar power is more important than ever. With the Patriot Power Generator, you will never be without power. You can take it with you on the go or use it indoors. Yet it's powerful enough for your phones, medical devices, or even your fridge. And right now, you can go to 4patriots.com and use the code RTD to get 10% off your first purchase on anything in the store. That even includes the Patriot Power Generator. You'll also get their famous guarantee for an entire year after your order, plus free shipping on orders over $97, and a portion of every sale is donated to charities that support our veterans and their families. Just go to 4patriots.com, use code RTD to get 10% off. That's 4patriots.com, use code RTD to get yours today. All right, we are back at it. Okay, so let's talk, man. I'm curious to get your thoughts on this subject matter here. Of course, there's a lot more that can be discussed, a lot more angles to look at it from, but these are just some things that came across my mind. What better way to distract and divert people's attention off of probably what would be considered more important information, just because when you have the member of who were part of this whole trusted science narrative, and all of a sudden now it's been beyond, I would say, proven at this point. And of course, there's apparently more information coming out from the Twitter files, for whatever that's worth, about his involvement in the gang of function and stuff like that. It's like, something needs to be done. And if nothing is done, then it'll just go to show how more untrustworthy our government is altogether. And it just won't get no better from that point on, man. And then Gensler himself, SEC chair, come on now. He's a former Goldman Sachs guy, so I don't really expect anything else. But to meet with Hillary Clinton and George Soros was like, okay, what exactly, what business do you have with them? And you're supposed to be working for the American people. But we know they're not. Anyway, okay, so feel free to throw some thoughts, ideas, suggestions, questions, or whatever. We'll jump on it. Curious to get your thoughts. Phone lines are open. Feel free to give me a call. We'll talk and see where we're going with this. What just works? Let me see here. It says they are going to do a CBDC-like vehicle alongside the legacy system. Then over time, they will depreciate the legacy until people will beg for a CBDC, which is where that sounds like that is a plausible chain of events that they could have in mind, because for sure it won't all be at one time. They're going to try to blend them in for long as they can, barring some unforeseen event that takes place. So, but we will see, man. Good thoughts there. Let's get to some calls here. Got more coming in. Let me see here. Give me 1 second. Apologize for that. All right. Hello, caller. Where are you calling from?
Mike, it's Young Guns.
Young Guns. What's up, my friend? How you doing, boss? Give me a quick thought.
Oh, nothing much. I just see they're setting us all up for this big plan of microchipping all of us. They're letting all these illegals in now, and we're going to bring Trump back after they crash everything. And they're going to blame all the illegals, and they're going to tell us solve this problem real quick. I don't know if you knew this, Mike, but they pushed that Real ID Act back to 2025 because they're not even going to need it.
Right, I did see they pushed it back, right? So you say they won't need it. Why won't they need it?
Because they're going to chip us all. That's what they were doing in these computer factories during COVID. There isn't even a speck of dust in a computer chip facility. You can't transmit any diseases inside of there. There isn't even a piece of dust in there. Everybody's in a hazmat suit. So now, I got the chips ready.
Now, how with those chips? I remember you mentioned that before. Now, with those chips that you're referring to, is that how are they going to? What do you think their steps will be to accomplish that?
Well, they already know who's not going to comply. That's obvious.
Yeah.
They're going to do and say whatever it is. The thing about Trump is he's going to be what they call lame duck president. Once he's not going to have to do anything.
So you're saying so you're saying Trump will be back in office in 2024.
100%. And if anybody wants to wager money on that, outside of him being deceased, I'll gladly bet them. It's already been decided, chosen. Oh, that's a rigged game. We know that much.
Okay.
But yeah, he's definitely coming back.
Hey,
I talk to people and they're like, "Oh, they got him now. He's going to be arrested." I said, "Man, they've never arrested any president. You're a damn fool for even thinking anything like that. Like the game's rigged.
Hey.
It's as simple as that." And it's all planned, and we know this.
Right. And so, if it is rigged, I do believe that it's all planned. I think they're attempting to stick to their playbook, but then to have it so well scripted out the way you just gave it to me, I don't know if they even got it down packed that good. So, either you're psychic or we'll have to wait and see.
It's just my gut feeling. Yeah. Oh, another big piece of news here I thought you should know about.
What's that?
In Illinois, getting ready to pass some sweeping gun laws that will basically make anything that has a clip that can hold over, or a magazine that can hold over 10 rounds, can or does. It doesn't have to have a 11-round magazine. If it can hold one, that gun will be legal, and they're going to pass that during the holidays here when nobody's paying attention, and then a bunch of people are going to wake up class 3 felons overnight, and then they can't sell guns. Yeah.
Okay.
Then they can't sell the guns or anything like that, and they'll be kind of trapped.
Okay, so I wasn't aware of the gun law. So as you're speaking, I just pulled up a little something that said Illinois lawmakers began hearing a new bill for stricter gun control on Monday. That's as of today. And it's called the Protect Illinois Communities Act. So of course, I'm sure if you go deep into the 100th page, it probably says more details like that. Okay,
they've already got that to go.
Banning assault weapons, though, is not only thing what a bill would do. It would also include plans to improve states' firearm restraining order law. Okay, so banning assault style weapons. So that says a lot. So, hey, man, that's something new to me.
Do you know what assault weapon is?
Assault weapon, in my opinion, will be the rifles that are either semi or automatic, is what I would consider to be. What is it?
No. Have you ever seen those little guns you put a couple grains of salt in and you can shoot a fly with them?
Yeah, those old muskets type guns or what?
No, it's a fairly new invention. You put some salt in it and you can shoot a fly with it.
I have not seen that, no.
That is what you would call a salt weapon or a salt gun.
A salt, okay.
Correct.
Hey, man, appreciate you. That's good stuff, man.
You, bro. Have a good night.
You too, man. Salt. He literally meant salt. Okay. So that's Illinois bill. It's something new. It doesn't surprise me one bit. It's going to happen. Definitely. Those type of bills will definitely move forward. No resistance in those heavily the left-leaning states. Assault guns. All right, what else we got going on here? We got Karen Kingston just did an interview with Nanotech and the So JB, man, to me, this type of information here, nanotechnology, AI, all that stuff like that, stuff that's also in the health category. To me, that's that's major stories, man. Like I keep my eye on a variety of subject matters, and the one that's most concerning to me happens to be the health side, because lots of people are dropping all of a sudden, and it's lots of celebrities and everything. So anyway, hello caller, which name are you calling from?
Yeah, Mike, Steve, Region 9.
Steve, what's going on, my friend? How you doing?
Hey, it's all spiritual, but I'll just give you the entertainment factors today, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock were in San Francisco over the weekend, doing a show, and I guess they brought Elon Musk up on the stage. I put that in your queue there. You can pass that on to the guys.
Yeah.
Apparently, he started getting booed, and Chappelle had to start cracking jokes to try to calm the crowd down or whatever. There, so that was one. That was one thing.
Yeah.
And the other thing was Bitcoin, BitBoy crypto. Never heard of the guy.
Yeah, Ben Armstrong. Yeah.
But I guess he was on Alex Jones today. I didn't send that to you, but they can go to band.video to pull that up and watch that. But
yeah,
to me, that guy's just drinking the Kool-Aid. He's obviously a heavy crypto guy, and believes in it. But I guess he was saying that the girl is the one who's singing like Mariah Carey.
You talk about that Ellison, or the girlfriend, or whatever.
Yeah, the one who was running the Alameda thing.
Yeah.
I guess he's saying that she's the one.
Start ratting.
That's doing all this singing on him. But anyway, I don't trust the guy. I don't like. Is he like a CIA?
Yeah,
or something?
And that's the thing, man. Like he's so many people who who have large audiences, large gathering, large followings. It's just hard to tell, man. Just because I know he's been a primary shield of a lot of these projects and pumping coins and dumping coins, and all of a sudden he's a saint, just trying to save the industry. It's like, okay, there's definitely something more to this story, but I'll let him do him.
Yeah. Just so anyway, so those are it. And as far as the jab goes, before I go, that Mississippi State football head coach, Mike Leach.
Yep.
Did he pass or did he die or no?
I haven't heard anything. Let me see. It just says, okay, I'll pull up now. It just says
he was hospitalized critically. They said he had a massive heart attack, etc.
Yeah.
Jabbed. So it just goes back to that same stuff. And even Deion Sanders, if you think about it, earlier in the year, he had 2 toes cut off.
He did.
Due to blood clots, etc. Jabbed.
Okay, I didn't know he had his toes cut off.
Yeah. You can look it up.
Man, okay.
Then that singer Celine Dion.
Yeah,
she's all jacked up. From jab, probably
autoimmune disease. Like a lot of autoimmune diseases popping up out of the blue. People who realizing they didn't have it in their system, all of a sudden getting sick.
Yeah. But anyway, that's all I have tonight, and I'll just listen to the rest of the show. But anyway, God bless, bro, and just as we always say, it's all spiritual.
Yeah.
And let's just do what we can do, I guess.
Right, 100%, man, 100%.
Anyway, bro.
Appreciate you, my friend.
Talk later.
Yeah, be good.
Later.
Yeah, good stuff. Appreciate the heads up, man. Yeah, so that right there, I knew he had a surgery, but I didn't know it was something to do with blood clots in his toes. Deion Sanders lost 2 toes to battle with blood clots. Like, man, like blood clots in your toes. That's different. Yeah, man. Very interesting times we live in, man. But anyway, let's talk. Feel free to give me a call. What are your thoughts on SBF, distraction, diversion tactic, or was he literally about to squeal, or is he going to squeal, or are they just kindly removing him out of public eye and putting him in a suite on a remote island next to Mr. Epstein? And as I always, whenever I talk about stuff like that, I tend to chuckle just because I think the average person in the alternative media know that there's more to the story than what we're being told, and nobody believes anything that comes from politicians or the media these days. So we always think the complete opposite, or at least I do. Like just seeing not video footage, but it's CCTV just all of a sudden going glitch, and then all of a sudden he passes, and they show it's just stuff just doesn't add up, man. And so Lloyd says fear is a tool. Very, very true. Fear is a tool, and confusion. You put out so much stuff, and you distort people's ability to process and make sense of things is also a great tool. Just because you'll have people looking over here when actually all the stuff is over there, and time goes by and on to the next story. So, and so of course, what better way to shake some things up heading to this week CPI figures. And so let me get to that just in a moment. Here odds out of here's some projections out of Wall Street for the figures this week, and this is from Gavin. He does a good job of posting information regularly. So here's just some figures of CPI estimates for tomorrow. And so if you guys can see, Credit Suisse says 7.2, Barclays 7.2, Citi 7.2, Morgan Stanley 7.2, Wells Fargo 7.2. So looks like that 7.2 figure is what the banks have chosen. Mind you, all these globally systemic important banks, they are shareholders in the Federal Reserve. And so I'm assuming they would have some type of say in these fraudulent numbers they're giving us, as if 7.2 is anywhere near 2. But the markets will probably respond in a very favorable way, as always. But anyway, what else? What did you guys have on your mind? CPI lie. Yeah, it's all entertainment at this point, man. It all is your reality. It says your life is an illusion. The TV is your reality. Fear produces an energy wave. Yeah, I do agree with that. Author, confusion is the enemy. Priceless. Good point, man. Very, very, very good point there. Someone been watching Crypto Teacher. Yeah, I've caught some of his videos. It's just interesting style of delivering information. What you know about the head of Pfizer fleeing to Israel? Rolf, I did see some information about that. I didn't see a headline stating that exactly. I saw another alternative media commentator talking about that. But I have seen video of him backtracking and basically just putting the blame and saying that his scientists told him that the whole mRNA was good. He's like, I really didn't have confidence in it, but they told me that it was ready to go. And okay, yeah, everybody right now is changing their script. And so they've already dumped a good portion of their share prices and all these companies that benefited from the government injections directly. And here we are now. And it's very interesting to say the least. It's like flat earth theory is real. Let me see. Carlos says, Mike, or RTD is like the flat earth theory is real. Once again, like I've seen more than enough information from a variety of people out there that makes me question any and everything I've been taught. And it's just interesting how things are just surfacing now. And it's more so probably because I go looking for things. Whatever you go looking for, you'll probably find something to appease what you're looking for. But just, giants, like was it Smithsonian Museum, how they covered up, giant skulls and all the stuff to do with giants. And it's just a lot of stuff, man. Like, I've become more convinced over time that our alleged history has been completely whitewashed and tailored to fit what those who fund the education system want us to think and know, which is very little. Rolf, TB says, thoughts on the Israel Red Heifer? Yeah, I have seen a couple of videos on that. And once again, it plays in alignment with what they're trying to do with the Third Temple. And there was it the Israel Institute of whatever. So yeah, I don't doubt all that process to usher in what we've already been told in the Bible is underway. And so the timing for everything, I don't know. I don't dive too deep, but it just to me confirms more of what we were told in Revelations and things to be on the lookout for, and especially because time is very, very short for all of us. I've been very convinced that it's never a better thing to make sure your spiritual house is in order rather than now, because people dropping like flies like that quicker than ever. You never know when your time is up. Confusion, as mentioned earlier, 100%. What else we got here? What's that? What's that? Funky Blow from the Sound Incorrect. Forgive me. Super sick. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you. What else we got here? The ones who are funding the educational system, eugenics, Malthusian cult. Okay. I knew it immediately. It takes a couple of years to wake up and realize what is going on. Earth is not a round ball, not a ball or round. Yeah, I would say the same people who say trusted science, same people who said that we were monkey, we evolved from monkeys. Those are the same people who also gave us all these visual images of what the alleged Earth looks like, and all the balls that I've seen throughout the last couple of years, they all seem to change. And especially when you look at the planet, some of them are extra large, some are extra small. It's like, what does it really look like? Yeah, I'll leave that up to those people. We will know them by their stripes. VG, how you doing, my friend? All right. Says you want more calls. Let me see. Well, we had 38 minutes, so I haven't gotten any calls. So I'm going to dial back with that one. And so it is a people's talk show. So if people call, we talk. If not, we keep it moving. Well, all right, my good people. As always, it's good to connect on a Monday night. Glad to be able to connect once again in the land of the living, man. It's a blessing to be above ground, and very grateful for an opportunity to start off another week and press forward, praising the Lord along the way, man. All right. With that being the case, everybody, we're back at tomorrow. Lots of things to touch on. We'll actually have some CPI figures. We can touch on that and just, try to make sense of what it's worth. But once again, all the stuff we're being given between now and the end of the year and even till next year, it doesn't really matter until something really breaks. And right now they're trying to patch up holes everywhere and try to make things appear to be strong and sound. But we all know things are contracting. We're literally, as TB loved to say, they're fighting deflation. And so that's their ultimate fight right there. And seem to be losing that battle. So we'll see how it plays out. But in the meantime, continue to press forward. Be blessed. Be safe, my good people. Back at it tomorrow. All right, my man. Peace.